and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the stories we have for you tonight. Local fishermen drowned at sea. Delegate Stacey Plaskett remarks on the State of the Union address, and several arrests made on St. Thomas. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
News Channel 8 is brought to you by Body Beast. Call in the Virgin Islands 1-800-458-6815 for Body Beast.
This program is the real deal. If you knew me a while ago and you see me today, you'd be like, man, what are you doing? I'm doing Body Beast.
I decided to try Body Beast because I was looking for something different. I wanted to lose weight at the same time gain muscle. It's easy.
In our top story, a local fisherman was identified by police on St. Thomas after being found dead at sea. Here is WSVI-TV spokeswoman Melody Reims with the details.
The body of a local fisherman who was the subject of a search at sea was identified by police on St. Thomas. Police received notification from 911 at about 7:45 a.m. on January 20th that a body was floating in the water. The body was later identified as 50-year-old David Turbay of Frenchtown, St. Thomas. Turbay was reported missing by his family on Monday when he did not return from a diving expedition.
In other news, the President of the United States gave the State of the Union address in a broadcast last night, and the Virgin Islands delegate Stacey Plaskett had an opportunity to meet the President. Here are some of her remarks.
Good evening, everyone. This is Stacey Plaskett, Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett here in Washington, D.C. I'm just coming back from our President Barack Obama's State of the Union address, which I thought was very inspiring and gave a direction for the people of America moving forward. There were several issues that were brought up that I thought were very, very important to us in particular. Our president talked about the economy, and under President Barack Obama's leadership, there have been 57 months of job growth in the United States. The mainland is at 5.8% unemployment rate, and the American economy is growing at its fastest pace since 1999. In the president's word, we have turned the corner and we are beginning anew. And that's something that also is a theme that's moving forward in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Unfortunately, however, we have not seen those same job growths as well as the drop in the unemployment rate in our own Virgin Islands. And it's incumbent on us to push that agenda forward and to really make the United States aware that that is in fact the case. Our utility costs are the highest in the nation, 52 cents per kilowatt. Our unemployment is more than twice the national average. And I plan on working with my colleagues in Congress to ensure that the U.S. Virgin Islands is included in the infrastructure investments, the job creations, and many of the other programs that were listed. You've heard our president talk in the area of education in terms of free community colleges. And education is the greatest equalizer. We know that for the many, many educated Virgin Islanders that there are, and our push for education for our young people in the territory. We understand in the Virgin Islands that the growth of education will be our future in itself. And I believe that a college education should be within reach of every American willing to work for it. I agree with our president on his new initiative and remain hopeful that it will translate to an expansion in the degree program at our own local university, at the University of the Virgin Islands, so that we also can be included in this. The president did include in this initiative that it was for the mainland as well as the territories. And so we are hopeful by working with the university that we are going to be able to offer a program that will be able to help Virgin Islanders retrain to meet the new jobs that our new administration is going to be bringing about. Such things as increasing in our broadband, which the president talked about. Also in the new economy, talking about infrastructure in our ports, growing our ports, allowing Virgin Islanders to be able to meet those initiatives as well through the community college and the open access that he is talking about. One of the other things that the president talked about and we've seen in recent weeks is in terms of Cuba. Our islands are at a pivotal point, have always been very important with the expansion of the Panama Canal. We're now seeing nations increase economic investment in the Caribbean. The president talked about China and its push to take over much of the economy within the Western Hemisphere. And while we are very supportive of the decision to improve diplomatic relations with Cuba, we are also making an urgent push to the president, to this administration, not to forget the territories that are also in the Caribbean, ourselves, as well as Puerto Rico, and to use this as an opportunity to make us competitive so that when those doors completely open, we are not at a disadvantage by giving free access of Americas to remove the embargo that are on our brothers and sisters in Cuba. And we are not going to allow these changes to be made in a vacuum, and the Virgin Islands' voice will be heard. I will be your voice for the administration, as well as with the president, as well as here in Congress, to ensure that we are not forgotten.
Meanwhile, Marcel Scotland, a former Golden Grove Corrections officer, pled guilty Friday in district court on St. Croix to providing prison contraband. United States Attorney Ronald W. Sharp and Drug Enforcement Administration Special Agent in Charge Vito S. Gorano have announced. According to the plea agreement filed with the court on January 31st, 2014, Scotland arrived for work at the Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility. He was asked to present his bag for a search by a Board of Corrections official. When the official took possession of Scotland's bag, Scotland fled. A search of the bag revealed multiple cigarette lighters, roll-in papers, cookies, multiple dime baggies, and a bag of marijuana. The BOC official called the Virgin Islands Police Department, which notified the DEA. Scotland subsequently surrendered and told the DEA that he bought the items for an inmate, but was unaware drugs were present. It is a violation of federal and local law to introduce or attempt to introduce contraband into a prison or a detention facility, U.S. Attorney Sharp said. If convicted, Scotland faces up to 5 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. A sentencing date has been set for May 20th. Police on St. Thomas have made several arrests, including an arrest of a 16-year-old male high school student charged with third-degree assault. Here is Melanie Reims with more on that story.
Police on St. Thomas arrested a 16-year-old male high school student and charged him with third-degree assault. Officers said the male minor struck another student with a metal pipe several times in his head, causing injuries. The suspect was arrested on January 14th, just before 3:30 p.m. And Darlene Gisha was also arrested on St. Thomas on January 16th at about 6:45 p.m. She was charged with third-degree assault domestic violence. Officers said she assaulted her boyfriend with scissors, causing injuries. The suspect was held without bail pending court action, according to the Virgin Islands domestic violence laws. And in an unrelated case, 30-year-old Neil Orson Francis Jr. was arrested by police on St. Thomas and charged with second-degree domestic violence assault. Police said on November 29, 2014, Francis strangled and beat his girlfriend, causing lacerations on her neck, arm, face, and knees. This suspect was arrested on January 12th at about 8 p.m., and he was also held without bail pending court action, according to the VI domestic violence laws.
Stay with us. We have more news ahead.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And welcome back to News Channel 8. Measures to reduce the Virgin Islands' astronomical energy costs, which are as much as 5 times higher than the U.S. average, will begin to be felt by ratepayers this year, according to Hugo Hodge Jr., Executive Director of the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority.
We definitely are going to diversify our generation portfolio, treat it like your investment portfolio, not have all your eggs in one basket. Historically, that's how it's been here and in the region, and we just find that this project is not only about bringing cheaper fuel, the LPG, it's about bringing options to the territory. So when this conversion is complete, we've already completed about 2 of the units. The third one will be done at the end of this month. not only can you burn oil and propane, but you can also burn natural gas. So when natural gas does become available in this region, there's another option for us to burn in the same units, and every unit we buy from this point on, which means 15, 20 years from now, we can look at the markets. We can see, okay, oil is trading here, propane is trading here, natural gas is trading here. We'll source this one for a 6-month period, and you can secure the best rate when you have options. When you're tied to one commodity, wherever it goes, you go, and the ratepayers suffer as a result. And we're trying to avoid that. Most of my career I've been in the mainland, and that's how it was in Georgia. The last utility I ran, we had coal resources, natural gas resources, nuclear resources, and hydro. So we had an option of how we dispatch, what order we dispatch. And you know, many times I hear a lot of comparisons between here in the VI and the mainland. It's impossible to compare to the mainland. You dispatch 750, 1,500 megawatt generators up there. Your economies of scale are so huge that your per unit cost is very small. You can't achieve that here. You have 20 megawatt units. And we need to have 10 megawatt units in St. Croix because the load is lower. And in some islands, there are 1.5 megawatt units, 1 megawatt units, because the load is so small, because a unit is most efficient at its maximum output. So you bring them on during the day and you bring some off at night. You can't run one at half or one at a third because your reliability is now struck, because if you have a hiccup on that unit, it's an island-wide outage. And that's the case in St. Croix right now. St. Croix's peak is down to about 38 megawatts. At night, it gets down to around 20. We can run that on one unit. That's our most efficient dispatch, is to run one unit to serve the load at night in St. Croix. But it's very unreliable. If you have one hiccup, you have an island-wide outage. So we have to make decisions on St. Croix as to how we dispatch. Do we dispatch 2 units just to make sure the reliability is there and forget about efficiency? Or you know, you have a waste heat boiler, how do you maximize that? So the challenges are there as far as the output and the system requirements.
Well, we definitely look forward to that. The old Paul E. Joseph Stadium in Frederiksted is slowly coming down piece by piece, making way for the new stadium. Workers wielding blow torches and saws are taking apart grandstands and bleachers that were part of the condemned stadium. Gradually, bit by bit, section by section, the bleachers are disappearing. The work to deconstruct the stadium and adjacent Terrence Martin Ball Field is going on while the design of the new Paul E. Joseph Stadium is being developed, according to John Wessel, president of General Engineering Corps, the company that has the $20 million design build contract with the government for the stadium project. Sounds like some exciting news. Don't go anywhere, we have more coming up next.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And finally, the Agricultural Department of Arthur A. Richards Junior High School receives a contribution from the Virgin Islands Port Authority for their agricultural program.
Good morning. My name is Mrs. Hendricks. I'm the agricultural science teacher at Arthur A. Richards Junior High School. This morning we are here to show our appreciation to the men and staff from the Port Authority. We sent out a request to get our garden area fenced because the program has now started back. We wanted to secure the students' work and let them know that there are a number of careers in the field of agriculture. This morning we have a few students who are also FFA members to be part of this presentation. So now we're going to pass the mic forward to our assistant principal, Ms. Ross, who is going to do the official handing over of our certificate to Port Authority. Before I continue, however, I would like to say thanks to Mr. David Mapp, who speedily responded to our request, along with Mr. Daly, who came and assessed the area, and now the guys are here this morning to help us. Again, I say thank you.
On behalf of the Arthur Richards Junior High School family and our agriculture department, I'd like to present this certificate of appreciation. This certificate is awarded to the Virgin Islands Port Authority in recognition of valuable contributions to the Arthur A. Richards Junior High School agriculture class. Thank you for answering the call and being a partnership with the Arthur Richards Junior High School.
On behalf of the VI Port Authority, I, Jason Hammett, gladly accept this certificate in behalf of Port Authority behalf for this outstanding job that we are about to do for the farmers of Arthur A. Richards Junior High School. And I'm thrilled to be doing this because me and my co-worker here went to this school, and this is our backbone foundation that started us up from the beginning. So it's good working here and giving back to the community.
Hi, my name is Kara Judge. I'm Vice President at FFA chapter of Arthur A. Richards, and I would like to inspire children of Arthur Richards to come out and join our chapter of Arthur and to experience the trip I went to at Louisville. One thing I learned in FFA, Future Farmer of America, I was about farming the land, is about different career goals in Future Farmer of America.
Good morning, my name is Makala Benjamin, and I would like to, I'm one of the FFA members of Arthur Richards Junior High School and Ella Plantain. I would like to say thank you for them, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have been out here doing hard work and helping Miss Hendricks, dealing with the garden and everything.
Nothing like investing in the future. Thank you. Stay with us. We have your weather coming up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
And here's a look at your 5-day weather forecast.
Tonight, scattered showers, partly cloudy with the low around 78. East wind 11 to 18 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. On Thursday, scattered showers, mostly sunny with a high near 85. East wind 11 to 17 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 40%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. Thursday night, scattered showers, partly cloudy with the low around 73. East wind 11 to 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. And on Friday, isolated showers, sunny with a high near 84. East-southeast wind 9 to 11 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 10%. And Friday night, scattered showers, partly cloudy with the low around 71. East wind around 9 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. This is Cheryl Francis with your Channel 8 News Weather.
Well, that's a look at what's happening here in our territory. On behalf of WSVI-TV News Channel 8, we'd like to say thank you for watching. Enjoy the Virgin Islands. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
News Channel 8 is brought to you by Body Beast. Call in the Virgin Islands 1-800-458-6815 for Body Beast.
This program is the real deal. If you knew me a while ago and you see me today, you'd be like, man, what are you doing? I'm doing Body Beast.
I decided to try Body Beast because I was looking for something different. I wanted to lose weight at the same time gain muscle. It's easy.